Alright guys, welcome back to Fastback Life. I'm TK. Thanks for watching. I really mean it too, because I don't make a lot of these, so I get it. So yeah, still working on the charger. Got it here. I've got a lot of crap in my garage still. That couch is actually sitting right here. It's kind of why I haven't been doing too much. I do have a lot to get you caught up on though. We'll start with the 440 here. I'm kind of working on the 440 here and there. I don't think I'm gonna end up keeping the 440. So I'm trying to get that buttoned up. Probably bring it to some place to get it cleaned, Magnaflux tested, all that stuff. Probably bored over a little bit because the cylinder walls are rusty. And just make sure it's good so I can turn around and sell it. But if you are doing your own work to an older engine block, you know how people say like you should grind down those areas that are sticking out and make sure that the engine block itself is clean. Well, there's some truth to that, because while I was kind of tinkering around with my engine block, I found some stuff, that debris that could potentially come loose while your engine's running, get into your engine, cause problems. And I actually got a piece right here. So when these blocks are casted, they pour the iron into the cast, there's sand that sometimes is just left over, and that's an iron chunk from the sand or popcorn, whatever the hell you want to call it, I don't know. And that can get loose while it's in your engine, cause problems. And I actually found that when I was tinkering around on my 440. So yeah, if I could send it in, make sure it's good to sell, bag it up so it doesn't rust, and eventually sell it. There is a different type of 440 I'd like to buy. It's a little bit more expensive, but if I ever get the chance to do it, I'll show you guys on here. So then there's also the rear end, the 8 3/4 rear end that actually came with the car when I got it. I want to get rid of that. This Hellcat engine, if I make it that far of making it a Hellcat, I guess, these rear ends really can't handle that much power. So I am going to be getting a different rear end, something that can actually perform without having to wonder if it's going to explode, rip apart, whatever they do. But I wanted to make sure that it was good when I go turn around to sell it. So the idea was to kind of redo the rear end, minor stuff, clean it, paint it, sell it. It is a 489 case. The last four numbers are 489. That is a desirable rear end, third member, I think it's called. One of the stronger ones, so people want that one. But once I took that thing out, popped it out, and then I could see the oil inside, it kind of looked like metal flaky. And then I stuck a magnet in the oil, and I ended up, I don't know if you can see it real well, this thing. That was in the pumpkin of the rear end there, along with other metal chunks. So I thought that all the stuff I have out on the table here was going to be junk, and so I ended up taking apart this whole thing, popping all the stuff out, all you can see up in there, and the bearings and whatnot. So I ended up popping all that stuff out because I was looking for a broken piece. Did not find anything broken, which is kind of weird. So what I'm thinking happened is that someone before me who had this car with that rear end blew up that rear end. Something shattered, ripped apart, broke, whatever. And they stuck that 489 case in it. And I don't know if they ran it. Certainly hope they didn't. But anyways, I took everything apart to look for damage. Actually, everything looks really good, surprisingly. So I want to get everything cleaned. New bearings, because I'm pretty sure there's some type of metal shaving in it. Be my guess. Get them cleaned, replace, get that slap together. I know it's a little bit more technical than that, than just assemble it. I know there's some stuff that goes into it. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to clean it and put it back together. Clean the case here, because this needs to get cleaned out too, because there's stuff in there. Get that cleaned, get the surface of it painted black, kind of throw it back together and sell it as a unit. And the idea is that whoever gets it just has to rebuild this stuff and put new bearings and stuff on the axle shafts. So I don't want to do the whole thing, because maybe someone's looking for like a kind of stock thing, or maybe someone's looking for like a sure grip thing where the pause your rear ends and blah blah blah. So I'm working on that as well. So a little bit of the 440, a little bit of the rear end, still buying parts for the Hellcat and the Charger. If you remember in the last video, we were looking at the bad spots, talking about getting new rear quarter panels, and I kind of thought that was going to be my next step. But like I said, it's my first build. I don't have a ton of money to bing bang boom, but so this thing is, I'm going to say something, I'm like, I'm probably not going to do that. I wanted to do rear quarter panels, but I kind of want to get the car blasted first. And I thought that was going to be expensive, and I found a company to do it for not as much as I was being told. So some people online, like Facebook groups and stuff, they said that they had their cars blasted, costing them $4,000 or $5,000 or whatever. I found a place that'll do it for roughly $2,800, so almost $3,000. And it might even be cheaper than that, because they're not doing my doors, they're not doing my trunk lid, they're not doing the hood, they're not doing the front fenders, blah blah blah. So it actually might be cheaper. But anyways, they have a rotisserie. They can put the car on the rotisserie. They can blast everything, and then all I need to do is figure out a way to get it primed, get the body primed. And I'm gonna get the body primed, probably myself, or maybe I'll find someone to do it. Not really sure how that's gonna go. So back to just getting everything off the car, and then I'm hoping next year, 2023, the car can get blasted. So that's that. So there were some exhaust hangers underneath the car that needed to come off, blah blah blah. Mostly everything is out of the car that was in it, but the rear glass is still here, and I need to get that out, and that needs to go on the other side by the other piece of glass. So I'm going to do this exactly the way I did the front windshield, and I'm going to, let's see if I can find my little knife here. So pretty much the plan is to get in between the glass, and you can see it's pretty good. I can actually move the seal. I want to cut the ends. Let's see if I can cut this end too. There we go, look at that. So what I'm worried about is that all this in here might have to be redone. We don't really know. I think it's gonna be okay, but that doesn't mean anything. So what I want to do is I want to get in between the glass and the seal. Now, I probably want to do the same thing inside the car as well. Just saying. Because that seal is on the outside of the glass and then underneath, like wrapped around the glass. So what you want to do is you want to get it away from, like peeled away from the glass, inside and outside. And then I plan on just, you know, cutting the seal off the best I can. Oh, sorry. Cutting the seal off the best I can. That's the plan. Otherwise, I could try to get the seal, like the rubber seal of this inside the car away from the body of the car, which is it's possible, but I don't know if it's gonna let go, blah blah blah. I just feel like doing this for the glass would be easier, because then when I go inside and I push the glass out, the idea is that all the rubber seal is disconnected from the glass. And you want to be careful because this is a really big piece of glass. I mean, this is the whole width of the car, weird curves. I got to be careful with it. And preferably 2 people to do it. So yeah, I'm going to work on this and try to get it cut away. And then I'll show you what everything looks like. For you, it'll be a blink of an eye. And for me, it'll be quite some time. So I'll see you in a little bit. Alright guys, so working on the back glass here, and I just want to throw out like a tip. If you decide to do something like this, do it yourself. This is just an idea. I'm not telling you that this is the way to do it. I'm just showing you how I'm doing it. You could have some professional company come in and do it. That's totally fine. But I did the front windshield similar to this, and so I'm showing you how I'm going to be doing the back glass. So, a little tip of what I'm doing is, like I said, I'm getting that blade in there. I also want to push far enough in to cut. You can kind of see the blade making it through all of the stuff. I want to get back far enough in there to cut it. Ooh, I'm also hitting the car. Takes a lot of force to get through it. I could probably use a new blade too. That probably wouldn't hurt. But if we see what I'm doing here. Oh, geez, not even paying attention. So right there, that's the plan, to get the glass separated from this rubber seal. And so I'll just get in there. There we go. It's a pain in the butt when it gets to the ends. So that's the plan. All right, so I want to do that over here on the bottom. I'm gonna do the same thing on the sides, all the way up on the tops, and of course on the other side. So that's the plan. So when I get all of that cut away, I will show you what it looks like. Alright guys, so I've been working on the back window here, and like I said before, I got that seal cut, pretty much that top layer cut right off, all the way around. And then what I did is I went inside the car, and I cut I stuck the razor blade in between the glass and the seal again all the way around. Okay, and then I did that enough, and you can see it lifting up. So now, ultimately, I need to be inside the vehicle and lift it up and have probably a person on this side and a person on the other side. Kind of guide it out across the tail. Be putting this down. It won't stay down because of the hinges. So that's the plan, but it is out. Well, it's ready to be out when I have help. But it's all set to go. Take it out, and then I guess next video we'll take a look at the edge of where the glass sits in. I'm not too worried about the top. I mean, the top doesn't look too bad, but I am worried about the bottom because all that water comes down and it'll sit right here, and then that's where stuff rots. And I can kind of see like the corner, she's a little rough. This side doesn't look too bad, but I'm not really gonna know until I get the glass completely out. So yeah, glass is ready to come out. Pretty simple stuff. You just got to keep cutting everything. You got to go over it quite a few times, but that glass will pop right out. A couple people helped me, and we won't break it. I really want to do it now, but I don't want to take the chance of breaking it. So we'll leave it at that. So yeah, that's the end of the video, man. If you guys like what I'm doing here, hit the like button, subscribe, go follow me on Instagram. I post pictures of this car every once in a while on there, kind of stuff I'm doing. Yeah, and then when I get some more money saved up, we'll be blasting this car pretty soon, and hopefully I can take you guys on a ride through that. That'd be awesome. All right, thanks again, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.